Hello everyone, ArchDraft here. Today we're going to be looking at Clash Artifacts of Chaos. This is a Souls-like game that is unlike any Souls-like I've ever played. It feels so unique that I almost hesitate to call it a Souls-like because it feels like it's just completely doing its own thing. There's only like the vaguest similarities in like the Souls-like genre. So let's go ahead and hop in here. Alright, so here we are. I'm awful with names, but basically the story of what's going on is that this evil lady named Gemini wants that traumatized owl on my shoulder because he's supposed to somehow lift a curse from her conjoined twin, and we are not gonna let that happen. So we, the hairy pimple over there, are trying to do what we can to keep that traumatized owl from being more traumatized. He's already seen absolutely horrific things, as you can tell. So yeah, that's basic premise of the game. Leaving out a lot of details because I'm awful at remembering details. But let's go ahead and just get into the game and show you what's so cool about it. One of the first things that I want to draw attention to is going to be the combat. I'm going to run down here and find some enemies. And I know there's some around here. Somewhere. Ah! There's one. Look at him. Good old guy over there. Alright. So, as you could tell, I'm great at the combat. There was a little bit of lag. I'm gonna blame everything that just happened on that. Yeah, I think that's my story. What we're going with. That was just all lag. I'm not actually that bad. And you're gonna see that in the next fight, where I won't be so distracted with how bad I'm doing that I don't talk about what's going on at all. Alright, we got a good little rest in. We're gonna find some enemies and we're gonna really show you how good I am at this game. Enemies? Enemies? Enemies. Dumb owl, you really scared me for a second. I thought an enemy just ran behind me. Alright, so I've ran around and I haven't found any enemies, so, alright, we're going to show you a mechanic in this game. So you can wake up at night. Now, whenever you do this, you do not wake up in this body, you wake up as some other form. Look at that. Pretty cool, right? Yeah, pretty cool. And that actually changes what you can interact with. There'll be different enemies roaming around at night, and there will be certain areas you have to go to at night, and then you'll be able to go through those areas again in your normal body. So here we are, we've got this enemy. We're gonna come up here and we're gonna... Right? That's very weird attack. Ouch, really? Alright, there we go. Look at that. I only lost a little over half my health this fight. Okay, I'm not good at the game. So, yeah, we're just gonna have to deal with that fact, and, that's just how things go sometimes. But I can give you a little basic explanation. So, we've got our normal light attacks right here. Then, whenever you, go and do a dodge, and do a light attack, you'll actually do a different attack animation. So that's how I get these cool little kicks right here. The little roundhouse kicks. And likewise, we also have special moves. And, boom! That kick is a special move. Pretty sweet, right? We also got, this right there, that's a special move. And we've got this right here, where we punch a bunch of times. Which would have been a lot easier to see if I didn't immediately hit a wall. Let's try this again. I like that one because it can really stagger some enemies, although the enemies it doesn't stagger, you end up just getting hit. It's very unfortunate. Let's go ahead and come over to here. So here you can kind of see all my stats. You can also see a kind of hand-drawn map of what we've all done. I think it looks really good for like the in-game kind of world building aspect. Although figuring everything out by looking at it would be a little bit more difficult without paying a lot of attention to the map. So the ritual belt, I'll have to explain that more if I come across somebody that actually I do know where I can show you guys the ritual and what that is. Basically, though, I'll give you a brief explanation. The ritual is playing a little dice game, and you each will wager an artifact that if you win, your artifact gets used. So if you win, you can cover the area in a dense fog, or you can poison the opponent. You can make the fight happen in a predefined arena. You can get a guaranteed first punch. It's a bunch of different artifacts that you can find that you can activate by winning the ritual. And the ritual is apparently a law in the game where if somebody declares they want to do the ritual, you basically have to accept. At least that's my understanding. As far as like this whole world and everything, there's not a lot I know about it. There's a bunch of materials here because you can go to different like shopkeeps and stuff, and they will have, oh, we can make this item for you if you have these parts. So kind of a crafting system in that. And then at night, you will find different body parts that are kind of like armor and stuff that you can equip. So, by default, your guy looks like this at night, which isn't great. Not the best, but we've got all these things that I have equipped on him. So he's a little stronger. Also, you might notice how these give different attributes like power, constitution, aggressiveness, and endurance. Those all matter because they're their main attributes, and they change how much damage you do with your fighting styles. Let's come over here. Alright, now that I'm back in here, let's go down to the dummy. So now you can see the different stances up here that I have. I can change which stance I'm using. Let's come out. So this is boxing stance. And then I believe this one's lightning stance, which is basically a bunch of quicker attacks that each one's going to deal a little less damage. So those are the two that I'm using right now. And as you see, it kind of shows you an idea of how much each attribute is going to impact the damage of the stance. So power's kind of the main attribute for boxing stance, and then endurance and aggressiveness give it some boosts as well. For lightning stance, it's almost a like perfect three-way split between power, endurance, and aggressiveness. Likewise, you can also see down here that the special attacks have the same situation where you can see how much they do. Aggressiveness for the rising punch really is all about the like stunning power for it. At least that's how it's felt for me so far. I really just use it as a good stunning attack. The multi-strike, though, is the main one I've leveled up for my special attacks because it can... If you can get the stun really going, oh my gosh, it's so good. It's so good. Let's go ahead and hit this, and as you can see, as you hover over each one, it shows you how it's going to change it. So, if you look at the multi-strike down there at the bottom, it's going to give it like a decent little boost, but if you look right above it at the spin kick, endurance is going to do almost nothing for it. I think I'm going to do one in endurance. One in aggressiveness. I think I actually have enough power for now. I think I might just do another in aggressiveness. Yeah. Yep, we're gonna do another in aggressiveness. Alright. Here we go. Confirm. Also, we do have clothing that we wear that changes our stats as well. So, we have some for cold protection, which I haven't needed yet, but I'm assuming I'm going to need soon, so I got them all. So right now I've got aggressiveness constitution, power constitution, endurance constitution. And then there's body paint. I'm wondering if this is going to have more of an impact in the future, if these are going to give like actual bonuses, or if it's just going to be a, hey, you can make your guy look different. But for right now, this is the one I go with because I think it looks better than that. There's also weapons. Weapons have a durability, so I don't use them too often. I use them more for like, oh man, this is going to be a really tough fight, and then I'll equip them. Oh, also on that screen, you can see down here my little flask potion thing. So it works a little differently than it does in other games. So what we do is we have to prepare our health brews at a cauldron. So we choose the ingredients we're going to be putting in there. So you can choose up to 4, and each one can kind of give it a little bit of a different attribute. So it can change how much it heals, it can change what kind of benefits it gives you. Maybe it gives you a little bit of a boost to your damage, maybe it gives you a boost to your defense whenever you drink it. Just a good little variety. I think it's really interesting to see. Alright. Now that I've talked about a lot of the game mechanics, we're going to try and do some more fighting. And I saw a bunch of people wandering around there at night, so we're going to go tonight. Also, real quick thing. So during the day, if you die, your body gets left on the ground, and then you're at night, and you'll have to try and get back to your body. If you fail to get back to your body, it's a game over. And you'll have to load the last checkpoint. It's not the easiest game, and you aren't able to use like the cauldron at night. So if you used your healing flask, you're left with just a really weak healing flask because it won't have like anything good in it really. But also it makes doing anything at night feel like a real risk. Oh, let's go ahead and I'm going to show you C. There's a little fighting gauge that we built up. You can kind of see it down there. And whenever that's filled up, you can challenge someone and go into this first person mode. And it's basically just a good way to guarantee some damage and also a good way to get like a guaranteed good fight against someone. I'm gonna try and do a parry. I don't think it worked well. Ouch. Alright. So, as you can see, I'm really good. So yeah, that's a big thing about this game. As you can see it there at the bottom there. Pseudo, that's the name of the guy. I completely forgot. You're not as strong as everything else in this game, so you have to just be more skilled. Which I'm not. I'm just not. I don't even think there's a difficulty setting. Not that I would lower the difficulty setting, but oh, man, it would make the game a little easier. Alright, I'm going to embarrass myself for what is hopefully the last time in this video, and go challenge his boss so I can show you the ritual game. Alright, so the one law is what requires us to play the ritual, and the ritual at the beginning, you each choose a artifact that you're going to use if you win the ritual. I'm going to go with this one, but I have never won the ritual against this guy in all my attempts to fight him. So let's go ahead and roll. You can't hit the button for throwing the dice, but I like to do the little rolling it like that. I think it's fun. Alright.
I'll win because at least I believe in something.
Let's see if I use this one maybe. Yeah, I have 5 of his dice like that. Boom. Okay, he already dropped that. Normally waits a little longer. Alright, that hits 3 of his, so let's go ahead and do that.
The law favors me.
And, now I'll use this to protect, some of mine.
Yes, good.
Not that it matters a whole lot. This is, I think, the worst I've ever done on the, ritual. Honestly, incredible. Alright, so I'm stuck to the ground for the beginning of this fight, but you saw the ritual now. Boom, there we go. I finally did a successful parry. I did 2 successful parries, oh my gosh. Come on. I'm just hoping for something good coming from this. Alright, cool. We broke free of the, Yeah, they can hit each other, which if I could utilize a little better to, give me an advantage would really be helpful, but, yeah, come on, just keep hitting that one. Whoa, all right, that did not go well. Hmm. So yeah, game's difficult. Um, yeah, I'm a little stuck maybe at this point. I've really enjoyed my time playing the game. I'm just not very good at it. I try, but the game is not easy. And while I'm used to not easy games, this one's also very different from any other game in terms of combat, in terms of mechanics. Just the whole 9 yards is so different. It's a really cool game, though. It's a really cool game. Like, I keep failing at it, and I still keep trying because I just want to do better because it's such a unique game. And I probably will keep trying, but I'm gonna have to, like, try and grind or something and see if I can't make this a little easier. Anyways, though, this has been Clash Artifacts of Chaos. Maybe not the best look I could have given, but I'm not very good at the game. That's just, an unfortunate fact. I hope you enjoyed, though. Make sure you check out this game if you're at all interested in the Souls-like genre. And even if you're not, I think you could have fun. It is hard, though. So just don't forget that part. Little off topic from the game and everything, but my last video got like almost 750 views, which is mind-blowing. I just can't believe how much it like really like took off. And I'm so happy about that. That's just so cool. Even gained a few more subscribers. I couldn't believe it whenever I was watching, and I would check and I'd be like, oh my gosh, it got like another 100 views. What's going on? It just, I don't know if it just got picked up by the algorithm really well or what. It was just insane. And oh my gosh, it was so cool. It made me so happy to see it. So thank you to everyone who watched the last video. It means so much. That was so cool. I couldn't believe how much that kicked off, and I hope some people were like genuinely interested in the game after that and went and checked that out, because Oblivion Override was a really cool game. And I'm still enjoying my time playing that. So, anyways, I hope you all enjoyed the video. Make sure to check out the game. Hit the like button if you enjoyed the video, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. You can also not do those things. Up to you. You can even hit the dislike button if you don't. And feel free to comment. I try to respond to comments best I can. Normally I think I do a pretty good job, though. So yeah. Think that's about it. Bye.